Welcome back to the Kalispell Warhawk Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. It's week 2 as the Kalispell Warhawks make the trip to the Twin Cities this week to meet Sidney John Charles and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. We start the year with some fun quarterback storylines as Kalispell defeated Justin Colbert and Texas A&M last week. Now they meet up with Kalispell native Sidney John Charles and try to make this a 2-0 start to the season. Here we go. Kalispell will receive the opening kickoff. Here's Marty Belafonte looking for some redemption after last week, where he fumbled twice in the 42-36 victory. The Warhawk offense had a productive week 1, but did turn the football over too much, and they'll start this with a Kyle Thomas run, gain of 1. Justin Payne, Carl Joyce, and Hayden John Charles each had a touchdown catch in the opening week as Warren is dumped for a sack. Something that only happened one time in the opener. 3rd and 16 now, and downfield uncovered. It's Justin Payne for a big pickup as Kalispell converts the 3rd and 16. That was a 36-yard catch. Warhawks continue driving. Here's a short throw. Carl Joyce wrapped up in Minnesota territory, making it 3rd and 3. Empty backfield sprint pass, and Warren finds Payne in the flats for another Kalispell first down. Already 9 catches on the year for Payne. New set of downs with 2 tight ends, and Warren throws across the middle for Reggie Jackson as Hayden John Charles gets a rest. Split backs next to Warren now in the shotgun. Here's Warren off the fake. Outside the pocket, gotta make a decision. Fires downfield, that's caught! Touchdown, Antoine Knightley! Nobody on the right side really had a good opportunity, but Knightley way downfield found the opening, working all the way across. You never know what Warren can make happen down the field. And here's a shocker in the top 5 as Alabama is upset by Boise State. That'll shake up the standings a bit. And here is Sidney John Charles, now a senior quarterback. Last season had 24 touchdown passes, and he'll hand it off on 1st and 10. Here's some room for Roddy Fuller, who bursts up the middle for a gain of 15. Sidney, 31 touchdown passes in his career, 23 picks as they sweep it again. Fuller to the edge with room to run. Fuller entered today with 12 career rushing yards. How about 36 on 2 plays? More than Kalispell allowed in the entire game in week 1. Texas A&M had all of 26. Here's 2nd down and 8. Now the first throw for John Charles, and he gets plenty of time. Airing this one downfield. Terrell inside the 5. Are you kidding me? I remember back to Sidney playing us a couple seasons ago, and you could tell the arm talent was special. Well, how about the first impression here as a senior? 1st and goal. Sid sets him up. He'll keep it, running inside the 5 and tripped up. Bozeman and Townsend on the stop. 2nd down and 10. Handoff again. Roddy Fuller met and plunges forward into the end zone. Fuller tying this game up. Minnesota has a great interior offensive line, and I expect them to pound the ball quite a bit. 7 apiece now here in Minnesota as Marcus Payne makes a move to the outside and cuts up for a short pickup. Marty Belafonte checks in at tailback, almost a free rusher, but Belafonte picks him up, and Warren floats outside to find John Charles. Good play. It's such a hard offense to defend because of what Warren can do. Here's a handoff, and Marty Belafonte taken down immediately by Adam Peters. 2nd down and long. Here's some rush now. Warren retreating and going down for another big loss. That's 2 sacks now for Minnesota, and the Gophers have forced 3rd and 25. Warren pulled off the 3rd and 16. Now he drifts to his left. Gonna take a chance here. It's risky and nearly picked off by Raymond Keys. 4th down. There's a big stop for Minnesota. Now Sidney John Charles sets up here at the 35. Quick screen right to Dodds, and a good play. Picked up the first down there with a gain of 11. Sidney is also close to 1,200 career rushing yards as he hands this to Fuller on the counter, and Minnesota's ground game is off to a great start. On 2nd down now facing the blitz, it's out quickly for Dodds over the middle. Flag on the play, Dodds inside the 20. I thought maybe this could be a roughing the passer, but no, this is on Minnesota for a clipping penalty. That's going to cost them over 20 yards. It's still a Minnesota first down as the pressure's applied. John Charles gets it away in time. Caught Roddy Fuller first down. Looked like Collins was about to wrap him up. Now in field goal range, draw play, Fuller runs over one, plows over two more Warhawks. What a play by Roddy Fuller. Treating this defense like bowling pins. That's 1, 2 more, and he wanted even more than that. 1st and 10 in the red zone. What a start for Minnesota. Here's John Charles across the middle. He completes it to Wilkerson inside the 5. Minnesota knocking on the door and looking to make a statement against the Kalispell defense. 1st and goal for John Charles. Gets the time and finds his man. Touchdown, Minnesota. Brian Wilkerson caps it off. He beats Daniel Foster here for the score, who I think had a tough time in week 1. Definitely a learning experience. The true freshman finds himself on the wrong side of this play, and it's 14-7. Kalispell trailing here late in the first quarter. It's a mid-screen to start this possession. Warren to Antoine Knightley, gain of 8. 2 tight ends in the game. The back is Payne. Running up the middle, Marcus Payne, gain of 5. Payne had the game-winning 30-yard touchdown last week. A new set of downs and an open look to the right sideline as Warren connects with Joyce. Into Minnesota territory, spreading out the defense while facing the blitz. Here's another catch made by Hayden John Charles inside the 35. Not much stopping these quarterbacks early. Here's a handoff to Thomas, cutting downhill and getting 7 more. 2 tight ends left for Kalispell on 2nd down. Warren reads and keeps this one, running out to the right. Gets past one, has a lane to the end zone, and he's in! Touchdown, Brandon Warren! 26 yards. Look at this play design. They bring around the tight end to take care of the safety, and with the wide receivers winning their blocks, it's an easy score for Brandon Warren. And we're all tied up at 14. A lot of offense to start the season this year as Minnesota comes right back. Terry Irons, gain of 12. John Charles and Warren matching one another to this point as Fuller is finally brought down for the loss, and that's Juno Springs. Chris Baker cheats down. Here he comes on the blitz. John Charles short, nearly knocked away by Bozeman, and that's Ryan Martin, the 290-pound tight end. 3rd and 4, another blitz, and John Charles somehow gets this to Wilkerson. Kalispell struggling to find the answers against Sidney John Charles. Here on 1st and 10, looking to the outside, John Charles is picked. It's Juno Springs across the 50. No one in front. He'll go the distance. Touchdown. I think they found their answer. Outstanding coverage outside by Juno Springs as Sidney thought he could squeeze that pass in. Instead, it's 6 points the other way, 21-14. Now how does John Charles respond? Well, here's a 9-yard pass to Roddy Fuller, who's been extremely busy today. 3rd and short. Here's Whitaker trying to find the first down yardage, and Kalispell brings him down, and they call that a first down? That didn't even look close. And Coach Leon Daniels agrees because that challenge flag was thrown immediately. He didn't seem to come anywhere near the first down marker, and they're going to keep the call on the field. I don't understand that whatsoever. It's a new set of downs for Minnesota. Sidney John Charles across the middle. That's intercepted. It's Oscar Bryant. Kalispell gets the football anyway. 2 interceptions now on Sid. Oscar Bryant had 4 last year to lead the team. Now he's the #1 corner and playing like it. Warhawks trying to take control. Here's some motion from Payne. They'll throw it to him short. Not much room out there, however. Payne gets maybe 4. Kalispell goes empty here on the 2nd down and 6. Gophers have 8 in coverage. They get to Warren, but not quick enough. He finds John Charles. First down. 2nd down here for the Warhawks. It's Warren up the middle, running through the Gopher defense for a gain of 12. Minnesota really needs their defense to step it up. Here's 1st and 10. Pressure closing in. Warren thrown to the ground again. He needs to get rid of that football. He can't take these huge losses. 3rd and 21. Can't take another sack, and Warren makes sure that won't happen. He picks up 7, and they'll be forced to kick. But now the momentum has shifted to the Warhawks. 17 straight points, 2 straight turnovers. Sydney here in some trouble. Gets it away downfield, nearly picked again. Daniel Foster had a chance for it. Kalispell's coverage really stepping up. Here's the handoff to Fuller, hitting the backfield, dropped for a loss by Chad Moore. Now it's the run defense helping out. 3rd and forever here for Sydney John-Charles. Needs 13. Throws it shy of the sticks. Wilkerson fighting, but it's not enough. He gets 10, and the Warhawks use their 2nd timeout. Can the Warhawks now extend their lead? They have a minute to do it. 1 timeout. Good coverage, good pressure, and down goes Warren. And this is a huge moment for the Gopher defense because they get the ball after halftime. They have a chance to reverse what's happened here in the 2nd quarter as Hayden John-Charles makes the catch for 8. But they can't let Kalispell go and score again. Warren 3rd and 6. Has to buy some extra time. Way outside. Fires on the move. It's caught. Hayden John-Charles. Gain of 8. I love seeing Hayden John-Charles off to this fast start. 24 seconds left. More pressure. And down goes Warren. Sacked again. And he's hurt. He's been hit a lot in this first half. And he'll head to the bench. And the backup quarterback this season is Roshan Phillips. Entering on a 3rd and 19. Minnesota trying to pick up the stop, and they bring the blitz. Phillips gets this away, complete to Justin Payne. Gets the first and cuts it outside. Justin Payne all the way for a touchdown. Are you kidding me? 59 yards, and this stadium is silent. How did they let that happen? And we've got some amazing news. It already looks like a minor injury for Brandon Warren. But Minnesota, they've allowed a 3rd and 16 and a 3rd and 19 conversion in this half. Looked like they had a chance here on this kick return, but Mills couldn't shake free. And we're going to take this to halftime. The Warhawks are up 31-14. Minnesota had some opportunities defensively, and they wasted all of them. Minnesota trailing now by 17. The Warhawk offense is back at it once again this week. Just when it looks like Minnesota's defense is in a good spot, the Warhawks find a way to make a play anyway. It's now a 17-point game, still far from over, but Minnesota, who once led 14-7, needs to get both sides of the football figured out. Here's a give to Fuller, who's wrapped up immediately by Maurice Collins. They began the game running with authority. That's long gone. 3rd down and 8. John-Charles heads outside with a soft coverage there, and Jonathan Terrell has the 1st down. Sydney just has to stop trying to do too much. We've seen him start to force the football a little bit. If the Gophers get back to the basics, they'll have a chance. Here's a handoff going to Fuller down the middle, met by Tommy Jordan. Good tackle after a 5-yard gain. 3rd down, they cheat down the safety and back off. Screen pass, Fuller on the outside, wrapped up by Wesley Merrill, and 4th down. That'll bring on the field goal team for Minnesota to make this a 2-score game again, and the field goal stays inside the right upright. So that's a start for Minnesota. What about their defense? Brandon Warren is back in after missing 1 play, and it was a big one, and he'll keep it here on 1st down. What a hit! Now, they should be careful with the hits on Warren. He's already been through a lot in this game. They'll hand this one now to Kyle Thomas, who takes it outside for about 8. 2 tight ends here for the Warhawks. Now to the right side, Thomas with room makes a move and picks up another Warhawk 1st down. Marcus Payne checks in, 3 wide. Payne gets the carry, breaks a tackle. That's what we want to see. Who can be the running back to get the yards after contact in this offense? Back to Thomas on 3rd down, sidestepping his way for 1st down yardage. Pickup of 4. Brand new set of downs and another run. They have run every play this possession as Warren gets 7. I cringe every time he gets hit now. It's Belafonte on 2nd and 3, getting a 7-yard gain. 1st down once more. Now in the game at running back, number 28, Austin Jenkins. He gets the call, going right downhill for a gain of 8. Jenkins went to the same school as Roscoe Sheridan, and he's wearing his old number. On 2nd and 2, now a throw to Jenkins, and this will be enough for the first down. That was actually a backwards pass, therefore a run. Still no passes on this possession. Now it's play action, and a throwback screen. Marcus Payne into the end zone. Touchdown, Warhawks. What a possession. We have not seen them try that very often. They just ran it with just about everybody on the roster they could think of putting back there, and Kalispell extends their lead to 21. That also took up a lot of time here in the 3rd quarter as Minnesota takes over. I don't know how John Charles got that pass off, but he does find Martin. 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd. John Charles, 2nd down, gets this away and nearly is intercepted. Xavier Bozeman through his hands. 3rd down and 5. The blitz on the way. Sidney outside. Whitaker brought down in the open field. Akinjide saves the first down. It's looking like all Kalispell now, up by 21 points. Sweep to the right side. Thomas across the 30, taken down after a gain of 7. 3rd down and 2 with 2 backs in the game. And they'll call another screen for Marcus Payne. He makes the catch and picks up another first down. Creative use of the running backs this week, and it's working. 1st and 10 up the middle. Thomas breaks a tackle. Now he's hit and the football comes free. Minnesota has taken this ball. That's the only thing that could slow him down at this point. Kyle Thomas coughs it up. Kalispell loses their 3rd fumble already this season, and Minnesota might be now facing one last chance to get back in the game. Here's Dodds across the middle. Big catch, 19 yards. Here in the 4th quarter, it's Sidney John Charles trailing by 3 touchdowns, and he throws another strike for Jason Dodds, 1st down. Already inside the 10. John Charles running right. Picks his spot down the middle. Big hit by Bozeman, 3rd and 1. John Charles trying to find the end zone. Gives this to Fuller. Right to the middle and stopped, but he does get the first down yardage. 2nd down and goal with split backs. John Charles the pass. Gets it away just in time. Complete to Gary Whitaker, and Minnesota gets a touchdown. Their first since the 1st quarter. And again, that was in the coverage of Daniel Foster. 14-point game now. It's not over yet as Minnesota makes another play. Big loss there forced by Darius Bain. 3rd down and 12. They won't run it here. Warren gets it away and he's intercepted. Kirkpatrick has it. Minnesota with 2 straight takeaways. That's a fumble at the end. Gophers keep it. Let's take another look here. Carl Joyce is open, but he runs downfield as opposed to running parallel and getting the first down catch. That is not really so much on Warren as it is Joyce. As Minnesota, either way, they have a chance to score. 2nd down, John Charles, incomplete. And that's the coverage of Tommy Jordan, who keeps making plays. 3rd and 4 for Sid. 4 on the rush, good coverage, and there's the pressure. Chad Moore for the first time this season. Nice to see him make a play. Now it's 4th down. John Charles has to get inside the 9. And here's the rush on Sidney. He's sacked. Maurice Collins. What a start to his sophomore season. He is dominating. Kalispell takes over on downs, and hopefully they can avoid a 3rd consecutive turnover. Sweeping Thomas. Can't outrun everybody. He gets 4 more. Running clock here, 3rd and 6. It's checked down to Thomas. Makes a move, and he's going to have enough to extend this possession. Payne the back this time. It's 3rd down, trying some play action. That was the play they scored the touchdown on. Minnesota now ready for it. So they get the football back inside 2 minutes. They still have a couple timeouts. 1:45 left. John Charles floats one for Terrell. He's got it near midfield, 1st down. They will need a touchdown plus the onside kick and another touchdown. John Charles pressured again, sacked once more. Maurice Collins, 4 sacks in his first 2 games this year. 2nd and 17. John Charles underneath. Here is Martin, and he'll get 14. 4th down here for Sidney John Charles. Needs to make the play right here. Pressure's on. Gets it away. Complete. That's Derek Davidson. Minnesota not quite finished. 43 seconds on the clock. Blitz sent to the outside. It's deflected and intercepted by Chris Baker. He tipped it to himself after Martin had trouble with it. Kalispell picks off Sidney John Charles for the 3rd time, and they're gonna win. A 2-0 start to the season for Kalispell. They win here in Minnesota 38-24. Good game for Brandon Warren, 3 touchdowns, and he did most of his work in the first half. With us going up by 21, I just wanted us to mostly run in the second half, and that first possession we put together, that was a work of art. And then, of course, we had the turnovers become an issue. The interception, still want to pin that one on Carl Joyce. He was running downfield as opposed to staying in front of the corner. He was open. Come on, man, that's 4 already this year. Hopefully we can keep it to a minimum the rest of the way. But 2 good victories here for the Warhawks, where we see our opponents get off to really hot starts offensively, and then we just completely take everything away that they're doing well. It's hard to really explain how we're doing it because I'm not really changing up the calls entirely, but guys are starting to make plays. Once Juno Springs had that pick 6, Minnesota's offense was not the same. Juno also helped out in run defense. After we saw Roddy Fuller start off strong, he really quieted down the rest of the way. Overall, a very fun win here for Kalispell football. And next week, we start Pac-12 play early. Remember, we play Auburn later in the season as our last non-conference game. Now, USC was ranked, I believe, 23 entering this week. However, they got blown out by Florida State. Taquan Layton's been over there in Tallahassee just waiting for his chance. He comes in, throws 5 touchdowns, defeats the Trojans in his real starting debut. And now USC is already 0-1. So it's essentially a must-win game already for USC. That's the way it is if you lose early. And USC has something our first 2 opponents don't have. And that is a receiving core that can really do some damage. We saw Clint McKeon in Texas A&M put up some numbers, but we're talking about 3 receivers with serious speed now, and they all are pretty good route runners as well. This could be a really high-scoring matchup, especially if our secondary struggles. Daniel Foster has had his issues, and we've let the 2 quarterbacks we faced already put together really good first quarters. But we'll see what USC is able to do. I've taken a look at their offensive line. I don't think it's particularly strong. And every right tackle now is going to have the pleasure of facing Maurice Collins. I like his matchup this week. He already has 4 sacks, and he is looking like a very special player. And he's filling the shoes of Chris Harrison quite well. Here are the numbers through 2 games. 4 interceptions, little too much to this point. On the ground, Payne and Thomas very close in yards per carry. For receiving, it's Justin Payne separating himself from the other receivers. We haven't really had the chance to go downfield a ton with tight coverage against Carl Joyce, so we'll take what we can get. And we've been getting quite a bit from Payne and Hayden John Charles. Defensively, I love the addition of Maurice Collins, and I think Juno Springs could also be a superstar in the making. He reminds me a lot of Antoine Winfield, one of my favorite players who played for the Vikings a number of years ago. That is going to take us to the end of week 2. I hope you all had a good time and are enjoying these premieres here on YouTube. It's a fun way to experience the games, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel and hit the bell for notifications so you can be a part of the premieres. And also, please leave a like on the video. See you next time. Have a great day.